If we start it up, just press that button twice. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today we're going to be going over the 2020 Ram 1500 Limited versus the 2020 Ram 1500 Longhorn. Super similar trucks, but there are some key differences. So as always, we're going to do a quick walk around on both of the trucks, and then I'm going to kind of sum things up and basically tell you guys what truck I think is the best route to go. As always, a big shout out and thank you to Larry H. Miller, Dodge Ram Jeep Cresta here in Sandy, Utah. Link to their inventory in the description below if you're in the market for a new truck. Let's get right into the video. Let's start under the hood of both the trucks and let's head to the Longhorn first and foremost. So under the hood here, we have a naturally aspirated 5.7 liter V8 Hemi that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power figures are 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. Over to the Limited, it has the same setup, and both of these trucks actually have the e-torque, so you can see that little thing right there, a little metal box in both the trucks. That's an easy indicator that the truck has e-torque. That has an extra 130 pound-feet of torque off of the line. Increases fuel economy by 1 mile per gallon. So now the fuel economy is 17 around town and then 22 on the highway. Engine options for both of these trucks are pretty much identical. So 5.7 Hemi e-torque, 3.6 liter V6 e-torque, and then soon to be released Eco Diesel. Now let's go to things on the front, and if you guys can't tell the difference, it's okay because there's not a whole lot different. So over to the Longhorn first and foremost. So on the side here you can see that there is 1500 5.7 Hemi badging on the side. We have projector LEDs with LED accent lights that go around them, and then fog lights just down below. And these trucks have a dynamic lighting system, both the Longhorn and the Limited over there. So when you turn the steering wheel, the fog light will turn on and the lights actually kind of move in that direction to help with visibility. Longhorns, the chrome grille has little slits that just go straight across right here. This one's got the body colored bumper group, chrome tow hooks, parking sensors as well. And then if you head over to the Limited, the grille is where the difference is going to be. So you get those same projector LED bulbs up front with the LED accent lights that go around them. Fog lights down below, they do that same lighting thing where when you turn the steering wheel, they'll turn on at night with the fog lights and the lights will move slightly. You can see the grille, that's where things are a little bit different. So you can see design-wise, the grille, so they're kind of like the chrome they use. They use a more of like a lower gloss finish on the chrome, if that makes sense. And then they kind of do this cool, like, it's almost like honeycomb design is the best way to put it. This one also has the body colored bumper group, chrome tow hooks, parking sensors up front. Now let's go over the tire and rim setup. So we've got 22-inch rims here, 20-inch rims over there, 285 millimeter on the tires, 275 millimeter on the tires. And then in terms of design, you can see that these are chrome rims and they've kind of got these like black inserts. Those are for the Longhorn only. This has the 22-inch rim package on the Limited, so they've got black inserts on them. Look absolutely fantastic. So on the rim side of things, I like these inserts a little bit more, but 22-inch rims definitely look a lot cooler. Oh, down around the side of the truck, this is gonna have Ram Longhorn badging on the side. This has Limited badging and it says Ram, and then notice that there's that stripe that goes all the way down to the rear. And let's head out to the rear now. Here is our key fob for the Longhorn. So you got a couple functions: lock and unlock, tailgate release, and remote start. If we start it up, just press that button twice. You hear that 5.7 liter Hemi come to life. Press again and it shuts it off. And then this one's got the tailgate release, so you press that button twice and that'll slow lower down the tailgate. This will come with bed liner as standard equipment. You got LED lights here, you've got all the sliders, so full bed liner, everything's all set up here. And then this is that multi-function tailgate that's an option in the 20s. So how this basically works is you can grab that little handle. It's really satisfying to open this up, by the way, guys. Like this, just like how that feels cool. This one, not so much. But yeah, added utility basically back here. You've got all of your plugins for towing right there. Receiver hitch is just down below. But when you want to shut this up, just that, and you are good to go. Ram badging, 4x4. It says Longhorn. Parking sensors integrated at the bottom of the bumper. Dual outlet exhaust. And this one is kind of finished with chrome tips on the Longhorn. And then you can see full LED lights back here with the Longhorn as well. We have the key fob here for the Limited. So I forgot to mention, Longhorn key says Longhorn on the back. And then this one says Limited on the back. Got your lock and unlock remote start. Air suspension, tailgate release, and the Limiteds come standard with the air suspension, whereas the Longhorns, it's optional equipment. But press that remote start button twice. First time we'll lock it, second time we'll start it right up. And then you can press this button again to shut it off. Sometimes it takes a second before the truck shuts off. But anyways, you've got the tailgate release, so you press that twice. First time, you know, basically unlocks. The second time will lower down the tailgate, and then you've got your LED lights back here. Full spray in bed liner onto the tailgate, since this one has a traditional tailgate. Lift that up, that is pretty light and easy to get into place. Ram logo on the back, 4x4, limited badging, all of your plugins for towing, receiver hitch down below. And then you've got dual outlet exhaust, again, chrome tips, parking sensors all along the bumper, and then finally LED lights in the rear, just like on the Longhorn. Now in the back here of the Longhorn, this is where things are going to be the most difference between the two trucks. So you've got this black leather with the contrasted stitching. You've got kind of like the black leather, you can see the design on it. Brown wood trim with some brown leather, more of that contrasted stitching. One of the speakers for the sound system. Full brown seats. So this is the black cattle tan interior, so it comes with brown leather and then black accenting as well. But you can see just how beautiful these seats are. And then you do get this little cup holder thing. So it pulls out, it's like a mini center console. Right there has some cup holders as well. And then you can see you've got a full charging station here. So you got a power outlet, heated cooled seats, and then you've got a couple USBs with some vents. More of that brown wood trim up here with the cup holders. And then these seats do fold up for a flat loading floor. And finally, you can see that you've got little ice buckets back here, and then you can see the mats for the Longhorn, says Longhorn on them. Now in the Limited back here, you can see that you still have that nice leather with the leather, and then you've got the kind of like embroidery stitching, wood trim, but it's black now, more black leather with white stitching. One of the speakers for the sound system, this one's got the Harman Kardon sound system. Full black seats here in the Limited. They've got that contrasted piping, which I really like. Perforations in it, which is really nice. And then again, they've got this same little console thing right here, so you can pull that down. And then you can see there's extra storage right here, and then you can see this little center area. So same setup here with the little USBs, heated cooled seats, power outlet right there, ventilation, and then more of the wood trim with the cup holders. Seats lift up just like in the Longhorn. Get the mats that say Limited on them, and then you get those same little ice buckets in the rear. Truck's got keyless entry on the Longhorn, so one touch to lock it. Unlock it, put your hand on the door handle, and then you can see this door panel for the front. By the way, power side steps on this truck. More of the black leather with the brown stitching, more of that kind of black leather with the cattle tan. I love that accenting. Wood trim with the brown leather, more brown stitching, and all of the leather on this is very, very nice to the touch. All of your window controls does have power folding mirrors right there, as you can see, and then it does have memory seats just up above. And then finally you've got the seats here for the front. So looking at these front seats, beautiful brown leather with the kind of piping, not a whole lot of contrast, but mostly just black and brown. And then you can see just down here we've got the power adjustments on the seat with the lumbar. And then coming around to the front, we can see that the pedal layout just down below with the hood latch, and then you've got your power adjustable pedals right here, parking brake, your light controls, you got fog lights, cargo light. Those are the sliders for the screen up there, and then the steering wheel is going to be manually adjustable. Limited has that same keyless entry, so one touch to lock it, and then to unlock it, just put your hand on the back of the door handle. Same power steps, and you look at this door panel for the front, so black leather with the contrasted stitching. You've got the embroidery right here, and you've got the wood trim. Over here you've got more leather with the stitching up above. Window controls, power folding mirrors again. Speaker for the sound system right there, and then you can look at the seats here in the Limited, so fully black, contrasted piping on them. And I know that I said the Longhorn didn't have as much contrast, but this really just is all black basically on these seats. And then just down below you can see the pedal layout is identical with the little hood latch right there. Power adjustable pedals, parking brake, your light controls are right here with fog lights, cargo lights for the screens, and then manually adjustable steering wheel. To start the Longhorn, you just have to put your foot on the brake, push the push start, and then it'll say Longhorn right there. You can see the cruise control right here. This has the adaptive cruise control function. You've got your gear selector, Ram logo in the center, and then you've got your voice commands over here. These are the controls for that little center screen. Steering wheel has this beautiful wood trim with the black leather, brown contrast stitching, and then wood on the top of the steering wheel. And then you've got your windshield wipers / turn signal stock just behind. Here's our gauge cluster. Left hand side you've got RPMs, right hand side you've got the speed, and then you can kind of scroll through all of these menus. They can just give you basically different bits of information on the truck. Any of the upgraded Rams are going to come with this bigger screen cluster in the center. Got a little 12 volt up here, and then over here you can see you've got your lane departure assistance, parallel and perpendicular parking assistance, and then you've got your hazard lights right there in the middle. Here's the 12-inch display, absolutely massive. You can see that there's climate controls flanking both sides of the screen, and then you've got your analog radio controls on the screen, and then just down below you've got the controls for the parking sensors to turn those on or off, tow haul mode, stability control, and then you've got your trailer brakes. And then going into the screen itself, really responsive. There's drag and drop function with it. You can see that the navigation takes up the whole screen right here. You've got the backup camera system, and this one has this surround camera system, so we'll go over that in a minute, but you can see you've got zoom function on the backup camera. And then you can go to the surround camera, so bird's eye view, and then you can see all of the different views that you can get on the truck. So it makes parking a little bit easier. You can deploy those steps, so if you need to wash them. Heated, cooled seats, heated steering wheel on top of that. And then if we exit out of all of this, you can see that you've got climate controls on the touchscreen on top of that, and then all of your radio controls. So pretty crazy setup here, but really easy to use. Here's our shifter for the 8-speed automatic, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel auto, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, true neutral, auto stop start right there. And then let's actually head over to the center console now. So it says Longhorn up here, so Laramie Longhorn Edition. And then you can see that you've got this whole setup right here, so lined with felt, USB port right there. Got the math tables just like all the other Rams, and then you can see there's a ton of storage space here. Nice wood on the top here. I like the contrast between the black and the brown. This slides back and forth. Wireless charging is just right there, and then you can see you've got a couple USB ports, and then you do get a full power outlet just down below. We've got our glove box set up here, so you can see it's a dual glove box. Both glove boxes are lined with felt, and I love the trim around it. So you can see that you've got this beautiful black leather with the contrasted brown stitching, beautiful wood trim, the whole dash, everything in here is very, very premium feeling. So they've used a ton of leather in the interior here on the Longhorn, so it's a very good job there. Up top, you got your little power rear sliding window. This one does have a full panoramic sunroof. And then you've got your controls to drop the tailgate, all of your light controls up here, and then universal garage door openers. Now that we are finished going over this beautiful interior on the Longhorn, let's head over to the Limited. To start up the Limited, just put your foot on the brake, push the push start, and it'll say Limited right there in the gauge cluster. Gauges will do a sweep and everything will start right up. Cruise control right here, adaptive cruise control, gear selector, Ram logo in the center, voice commands over here, and then you've got this for the center screen. Beautiful wood trim right here with leather, contrasted stitching, and then more beautiful wood trim up top. So far control-wise and material-wise, this is all pretty much the same, just different colors. Here's our center display. So RPMs over on the left side. On the right side, you've got your speed, and you can see that it's just a little bit different coloration. So it's like blue, kind of backlit instead of what the Longhorn has, which is kind of like golden-ish. But you can see all these little center screens, the same as what the Longhorn has. All the upgraded Rams have this little center screen display. 12 volt up top, and again, got your lane departure assistance, parallel and perpendicular parking assistance, and then you've got your hazard lights. And the Limiteds will come standard with this 12-inch display, so analog climate controls on both sides, analog radio controls right there, and then just down below, your parking sensors, tow haul mode next to it, and then you've got your stability control. That's for your air suspension to raise or lower the truck. Trailer brakes already integrated, and then this one has that same everything as the Longhorn. So same response time, same drag and drop function. Navigation is all the same on the truck as well. And if we go to the controls tab, you still get heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, still get the deploying step function, backup camera. This all functions the same. And then if we go to the surround view camera, you can see that that is all the same as the Longhorn. So everything in this area pretty much identical. Now I've got the shifter for the 8-speed automatic, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel auto, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, true neutral, auto stop start that comes with the e-torque. And then on the console it says Limited at the top, got nice embroidery. And then we can pick this up so you can see that there's felt inside with a little charging station. Still got that same little math table. And then you can slide this back and forth, a little bit of extra storage in here, and then they've got nice wood trim on the outside of the console. And then finally there's a little power outlet just at the bottom right there. Dual glove box here in the Limited, both are lined with felt, and just like the Longhorn, beautiful wood trim on the outside says Limited on it. leather down below with the contrasted stitching, and again, they use a ton of wood and leather throughout, so very nice upscale interior. Top, we've got our power rear sliding window just right there. Panoramic sunroof in this one, just like the Longhorn. Tailgate release light controls, and then universal garage door opener. Now that we are done comparing the interiors, let's finish up the video comparing the two trucks. Now let's quickly talk about pricing. So this truck stickers for just over $68,000. This truck also stickers for just over $68,000. You guys saw the equipment that both trucks have. It's pretty much identical. There's a couple things here and there. Multi-function tailgate, 22-inch rims. But at the end of the day, these trucks, price-wise, everything ends up being identical when you actually spec them out. So if these trucks are pretty much the same price-wise, what is the truck to go for? And it purely depends on styling. So if you like the exterior styling and the interior color options for the Limited, then that's the route to go. So if you like the black or the indigo frost. Same thing with the Longhorn. If you like the basically dark brown, or there's like a lighter brown option as well, if that's what you like on the interior, then the Longhorn is the route to go. Everything else though is pretty much identical, so it just depends on styling. So for me personally, I feel like this is a tie. The old man in me really likes the Longhorn aesthetic. I love that cowboy theme, but I'm just not quite their age yet, so I'd probably go with the Limited, but I get the indigo frost interior to have something a little bit different essentially. But yeah, I mean, that's my thoughts on the trucks. But thank you everyone so much for watching. As always, a big shout out and thank you to Larry H. Miller Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in Sandy, Utah for providing us with the trucks. If you're in the market for a new Ram, check out their inventory in the link below. You could actually pick up both of these trucks or just one or the other. Depends on how much money you have. If you're a baller and can buy both of them, good for you. But as always, if you're stopping for the first time, please subscribe, comment down below what you thought. I'll see all of you in that next video.